Today's edition of NFL Daily is presented by Manscaped. You can get 20% off and free shipping on all their top-of-the-line men's grooming products by using promo code CHAT over at manscaped.com/chat. Coming up on today's show, we've got a bunch of different trade rumors, including, but not limited to, Chris Jones and Mike Evans, contract extension talks, including some for Joe Burrow, Brian Burns, and others, and some injury updates as well, with Travis Kelce potentially out for week one. All that coming up when we begin in KC with the drama surrounding Chris Jones. The Chiefs play on Thursday Night Football, and as of filming, who knows if and when that changes in the near future, Chris Jones continues to hold out from the Chiefs, and at this point, having paid already about $2 million in fines, seems like he's okay missing out on game checks. As a result, the trade rumors have begun to pick up. Chris Jones is one of the premier defensive linemen in the NFL. He is a fantastic football player. He's been good for a very long time. There are not many players I would pick over him when it comes to defensive linemen. And last year was maybe his best year ever after they stopped the whole, let's try him at defensive end thing. That was kind of dumb as far as I'm concerned. 17 tackles for loss, 15.5 TFLs, a very impressive effort. The issue here is the money. Chris Jones saw the Rams kind of tear up Aaron Donald's deal and give him a new one. He's making almost $32 million. Quinnen Williams is making $24 million. And the difference here is the Chiefs want to pay him a little bit more than Quinnen Williams. Jones wants to get paid a little bit less than Aaron Donald. And that still ends up being a pretty sizable difference. Now, on a 3, 4, 2-year extension, whatever, if it's a $4 million per year difference, that adds up to $8 million to $12 million, a bunch of different reports on how far apart they really are. But that's sizable for Chris Jones. And the Chiefs, in most cases, I would say they're never going to trade him. But they did trade away Tyreek Hill. Now, the timing was different. You're at a different stage in your season. So some possible fits. The Bears have some money to spend if they want. They don't need a DT. They took 2 guys early, but there is the Ryan Poles connection. So, hey, Chicago makes sense. The Lions would be an awesome fit for Chris Jones. Be aggressive to win right now. The Cleveland Browns are still in need of another DT addition. They have plenty of cap space in the short term. The Seahawks would be a fun fit for Chris Jones. He liked to tweet about joining the Cowboys. That doesn't mean that much, but I do want to acknowledge it. And bonus team is Jacksonville, who has not had much buzz around them, although I think they are a very real AFC Championship contender. So what is the percent chance that the Chiefs trade away Chris Jones? This is going to be today's pinned comment, so if the ad comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and go vote. I think it's a pretty low chance of this happening. Maybe it's in that 5 percentile. Both sides are too good, and it's too late in the season. I don't think you can trade another star player away in the middle of your window this close to the season. If this had been going on, in the offseason at this level, then maybe it would have made more sense time-wise, could have got a first-round pick, spent it on somebody, whatever. I would be surprised if they dealt him right now. Let's go contract talks here. How about the latest on Joe Burrow? He's back at practice. He's going to play. Some clickbait out there saying, Zach Taylor didn't commit. Yeah, but he's practicing. He's going to play. Come on. Read between the lines there, fellas. But he does not have a new contract. Here's what Andrew Brandt, former NFL executive, wrote on the situation. My sense is that this delay is coming more from Burrow's side. Maybe, and I would advise him of this, he does not want a 7-year deal, 5 extension years, and wants a shorter deal, like Dak Prescott, to have another bite at the free agency apple at a younger age. Or maybe, and I advise him of this as well, he wants to wait to negotiate a new contract until he has 1 year left on his deal in 2024 or no years left facing the franchise tag in 2025. Now, both sides have been very quiet in this negotiation. There's been no real leaks of, Burrow wants this, the Bengals are offering this, which normally is a sign of negotiations aren't going very well. Now, this is going to be a very expensive contract. And for a team like the Bengals, with owner Mike Brown not exactly being a cash-rich spender of deals, it does make it a little bit complicated from a guaranteed money perspective because you have to put it all in trust. And if you guarantee Joe Burrow $150 million, you got to put it all in trust. That's not as easy as it might sound even for NFL owners. So prediction time. Will Joe Burrow get paid before week 1? Y for yes, N for no. Get those predictions in for me in the comments section right now. Now, here are the highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL on an average per year basis, APY. Herbert, $52.5 million. Lamar Jackson, $52. The other numbers don't matter. Burrow's going to get more. There's no doubt from an APY perspective, he'll be the highest paid quarterback. From a guaranteed perspective, that maybe is where some issues potentially lie. If you're Joe Burrow, look, the Ravens didn't give it to Lamar Jackson, Herbert didn't get it. You can make an argument that Joe Burrow is a top 2 quarterback in the NFL. That guy might be worth a fully guaranteed contract. NFL owners don't want to set that precedent. Other QBs have been okay not doing it since Deshaun Watson did. But if Burrow does a 4-year extension, guarantee the first 3 years. And at like $50 million a year, you can do the quick math on that. Even just those first 3 years fully guaranteed, that adds up. Remember, longer years, more guaranteed money, more APY there. That's going to make it very interesting in terms of this deal should get done. It has to get done for the Bengals and Bengals fans' sanity. It's kind of a failure if it doesn't happen, but the timing is still up in the air. Now, today's show is made possible by Manscaped. Those of you who don't know, I have a nearly 2-year-old daughter at home, baby Olivia. It is not a coincidence, as far as I am concerned, that baby Olivia came around after we partnered up with Manscaped here at Chat Sports. You can read between the lines. If you want to have more success off the field in the bedroom, make sure you're using Manscaped's top-of-the-line men's grooming products. Manscaped.com/chat. Gets you 20% off and free shipping. Should apply a promo code chat, but plug it in there just to be safe anyway. 20% off and free shipping on the Lawnmower 4.0, the Beard Hedger as well, which helps take care of this. This is not, I'm not like some of my buddies who can't grow a beard. I can grow one out fully. Got to make sure it's trimmed up nice and tight. Appreciate Manscaped helping me up here and down here. Once again, folks, the link will be in the comments section and the description of today's show. It's manscaped.com, promo code chat, and you go to manscaped.com/chat. Let's talk Mike Evans here, as this is kind of in the same contract trade conversation. Mike Evans has given the Bucs a deadline of week 1, the Saturday before, to get him a new contract. Otherwise, he's not going to have contract talks, as he will get set to enter free agency. And that has led to lots of trade speculation, and I think it is very understandable in terms of Evans looking for a new deal. He's going to be in his age 30 season, wants to get paid, still performing, by the way, at a very high level. Mike Evans has played 9 years in the NFL. He's had 1,000 yards in every single one of them. It's not hyperbole to say this, but that is truly Hall of Fame level stuff. It is very impressive what Mike Evans has done, and he can easily, I would guess, command $20 million because whenever Justin Jefferson gets paid and whenever CeeDee Lamb gets paid, etc., $20 million won't even be top 10 among the highest paid wide receivers. And from the Bucs' perspective, you got to be thinking here, okay, Evans is 30. We're rebuilding. We might need to kind of reset our books a little bit here, embrace some of those down years to rebuild and free up cash to be more aggressive in the future again. And there is I was getting into here, a complicated comp pick standpoint that does potentially reduce Mike Evans' trade value. We'll get to that here in a minute. But what should the Bucs do with Mike Evans? P for pay him right now, get it done. T for trade him, take whatever you can get back in a deal and continue to rebuild without Tom Brady. Or W for wait, see what happens in free agency next year. Important and kind of quirky comp pick note here. Mike Evans, because he will have played in the NFL for 10 years, the most he can get back in the comp pick formula is a 5th-round pick. That's a unusual quirk that is at play here, but it would only fetch a 5th-round pick, which means you trade him, a 4th puts you out ahead. The wide receiver trade market is super wonky between the Brandon Cooks deal and the Chase Claypool disaster trade. Figuring out wide receiver value is very complicated. So some potential Chris Evans destinations. The Patriots were 2nd for DeAndre Hopkins. Fills a similar mold as a bigger outside receiver. The Chiefs with Mike Evans and Mahomes does seem unfair. Maybe the NFL should veto that one, a la the David Stern, Chris Paul trade veto. The Browns are linked to every receiver who's available. The Panthers and Texans fall into a unique category of they don't have a number one, but they do have a young quarterback. And adding that legit number one, even an older guy, actually could make sense to help their quarterback grow and develop. Now, this is your number one place to find daily NFL coverage, all for free. If you haven't already done so, hit that sub button right now. YouTube.com/chatsportstv. Free videos every single day, multiple times per day, right here on the channel. Let's check in now on the Brian Burns awkward drama here. Burns might not play week one for the Carolina Panthers as he is looking for a fairly significant and large new contract from Carolina, which is important to note that the edge rusher market's about to change drastically in the next calendar year or so, as we'll get into. And the Panthers rejected some sizable trade offers for Brian Burns. They had, the big offer from the Rams, allegedly of multiple firsts that were kind of future firsts, and that's highly valued there. They had offers from the Bears to, instead of DJ Moore, trade away Brian Burns. They said no, and they've yet to pay him, with Burns coming off consistent growth from a sack production, TFL production standpoint, entering his fifth year, entering his prime. That is a premium player at a premium position. Now, we don't know, again, what the contract negotiations are like right now, but you got to figure he's asking for $25 million, if not more. Joey Bosa makes 27. TJ Watt makes 28. Nick Bosa will probably make around 30 or so whenever the Niners get that deal done. More on that in a moment. Micah Parsons will blow by the $30 million price tag. It's a lot of money for a premium edge. The salary cap keeps going up. Now, maybe the Panthers are saying, let's wait for Nick Bosa's deal to get done. Maybe Burns just doesn't want to wait. Bosa is still holding out. As we get set for week one, you got some premium players, Bosa, Jones, Burns, in theory, holding out. We'll see if Burns practices tomorrow or not. Other players, Jefferson, Burrow, waiting for massive contracts. It's a unique time in the NFL. Now, before we go, one quick note here on the Travis Kelce injury. Kelce might end up missing week one of the NFL season after he suffered a hyperextended knee today, listed as limited because, he was limited. He practiced and then left. That's what, limited means. It's a tough turnaround there. The swelling's got to go down. I don't think he plays week one. We'll see about week two.